Hey guys, welcome back to Just Carve Rob, and this is Rob, of course. Who else would it be? And we're going to do a snail. We're going to carve a snail. I drew a snail. There he is. Yep, drew him up. And hey, there's the wooden part of the snail. He's made out of a piece of 2x6 poplar that I found in the shop. 2x6 poplar. And yep, shoot the cameraman. Wow. I was just taking a knife and cleaning off some of the sharp edges there. And we're taking the pencil and we're drawing the center lines in. Gotta have our center lines so we keep everything asymmetrical, I guess. So that we know as we're carving, we carve both sides equally up to the center line. That's the way it works. Except if you're making a squiggly tail like I'm going to make here. Squiggly tail. Yep, there he goes again. Out of the shot of the camera. Come on, Rob. Zoom that thing out of there. Zoom it out, Rob. Now we're just putting some lines on for the shell. Oh, there we go. Good boy. About time. And we're using the knife here. I started carving it with a knife. And quickly realized that if I were to carve this whole snail with a knife, we'd have like a 10-part series on this snail. So you can see we are putting in the shell lines. Not that interesting, but I'm using the pencil to measure down from both sides, try to keep them equal. And yep, just like that. Just trying to make it look like it's going to be symmetrical. Try to get each side as close as I can. And yeah. Claire and her snails. Claire asked me to do a shout out for a channel, Matt Carves. M-A-T-T Carves. I think, did she say he was based out of Newfoundland, New Zealand, someplace new? So I went over there because I'm not going to give a shout out to anybody that just anybody. They gotta be a carver. So I went over and I checked out Matt's channel, and yep, he's a carver. Does some nice work. Looks like he's a fairly new channel. So go over and check out Matt Carves. M-A-T-T Carves. And see what Matt's up to. Seems like a pretty funny guy. Haven't talked to him yet, but from watching his videos, seems like a fun guy. Matt Carves. And so the other night, I was talking to Jordy Johnson at Carve Infusion. You know that guy, Jordy Johnson, over at Carve Infusion. My good friend, co-carver, big supporter of the Just Rob Carve channel. And of course, you know, Just Carve Rob supports as much as he can Carving Fusion. Okay, we're changing over bits to the Cuts All coarse bit, not the extreme, the coarse bit. In which I will quickly realize that this is not the bit for this job. So there it is, the coarse bit. What are you doing, Rob? Why are you just showing them the bit, Rob? You're supposed to be carving, Rob. This is Just Carve Rob, not just show your tools off. Okay, so we're using the coarse flame burr, not the extreme flame burr, the coarse flame burr. And we're just doing some roughing out here. Tracing the shell in. I started with the shell. I don't know why I started with the shell. I just started with the shell. Oh, the shop inspector's barking. She must be out there. She must have escaped from the house. Now she's outside barking. She's barking saying, "Let me in, let me in. Little Rob, let me in." Ha! Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin, shop inspector. Because we're doing a voiceover for our editing of What the Snail is Going On Here. Alright, that's going to be the name of this video. What the snail is going on here. And we've changed over to the Cuts All Extreme Taper Burr. Kutzall Extreme Taper Burr. And we are using a Dremel 4000 with a flex shaft, in case you guys don't know that. That's what I use. Dremel 4000 with a flex shaft. That's what I got. And I also have that micro carver that will come into play a little bit later into this project. So where was I? Oh yeah, Jordy Johnson. We were talking before we were so rudely interrupted by the shop inspector. She has no manners. Jordy goes, "What are you carving, Just Carve, Rob?" I said, "I don't know. I gotta replace my Bigfoot. My Bigfoot went out for a walkabout and he hasn't come back. I don't think he'll ever come back. So I gotta carve me a new Bigfoot." And he goes, "Why are you carving a Bigfoot?" And I said, "No, I told him. I said the Bigfoot's gone. He's not here no more. He went out to do Bigfoot business one day and he never came back. So I don't know if he got captured or he just got tired of hanging out with all the critters up on the shelf. But he's gone. So we have to carve a new one." Which that video, we'll be making another Bigfoot video, Sasquatch, here shortly. Because we got to have a Sasquatch in the shop. So Jordy puts down, "Carve a snail, Rob. Carve a snail." I'm like, why do I want to carve a snail, Jordy? And once something gets rattling around in my brain, sometimes it's just got to come out, and you guys have got to watch it, unfortunately. Sorry about that. For some reason, this snail critter got lodged in my brain. So here we are, carving a snail. And I was looking at Carving Fusion World of Wood Carvers, and I see Claire carved a snail. So, but believe me, this is not going to be anything like the beautiful snail that Claire carved. She did a realistic snail that is just awesome. So, I don't do realistic all that great. So, we're making this snail. It's going to be more like Gary the Snail than a real snail. Anybody that's ever watched SpongeBob SquarePants cartoons? I know, not too many of us adults, or too many of you adults watch cartoons. This one does. I should have been a cartoon artist at one time. So I decided that I was going to carve this snail as more of a cartoony type snail. So that's what I'm doing. And we're still using the Kutzall coarse burr. It's the silver one. And we're getting this snail shaped up. We're putting the little wavy things down in the bottom there. His little scooters. And we get that tail shaped up. And keep on a-cutting. Carving, 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 gotta keep a carving, carving that snail still. It doesn't matter any kind of weather, gotta carve that snail's tail. Yeah, alright, so we're running at 3 times the speed here, I believe. That's why we're gonna have 2 parts to this. The overall recording time was over 2 hours. Well, that's not good. Somebody's out there banging away with a gun at, what time is it? 9:30 at the night. As far as I know, there's no open ranges around. So, we'll just keep working. We're just going to keep carving. We just got to ignore our noisy neighbors. I don't know the price of bullets nowadays. I wouldn't be out there wasting them. Alright, we're changing over to a 3/32 carbide flame burr. It's only about an 1/8 inch tip and it narrows down to a point. We're doing some undercuts up underneath the shell. Hey Ben, we're delineating it, Ben. We're delineating the shell from the slug. You know, that's what a snail is without a shell. He's a slug. Love this little carbide burr. I have to place an order for some more carbide, more bits. You can see the undercuts there. We got that done. And now we're going back to a taper coarse burr. And we're going to round over the lip of the shell. Still got that carbide coarse burr in there. Checking them out. That's what he's looking like. And this is our Works Sonic Sander. And this is a great sander. I really like this. Of course, I don't know how to take it apart. Okay, there it is. Yeah, there we go. You twist that screw, and it drops that bit off from there. And then you just change it to a different shape if you want to. Okay, just want to show you guys that. And now we're going to get the head shaped in there. So, yep, thanks to Claire and Jordy, here comes this snail. It's been fun. It's a fun thing to carve. I got to looking at him though, and I'm like, hey, you know what this snail could be other than President of the United States? He could be a carousel animal. Draw the center lines back in. Keep your center lines in. He could be a carousel animal. How fun would that be? Have to put a saddle on him. Or a trailer behind him. Something for people to sit in or sit on or whatever. So what do you think about that, Bennett Studio on the Lake? A snail carousel animal. Have you ever seen, I don't know if I've ever seen a snail carousel animal. I think it'd be pretty cool having a snail carousel animal. Yep. So we're just trying to get everything rounded out there. I think I got the head about where I want it, or the neck anyway. I got the sides of the snail all carved in there. Yep, right there. Yep, we're gonna clean that up right there. Use that knife, 2.5 inch OCC carving knife. Hoorah! Gotta love them OCC knives. I do. I was looking to buy a Helvey knife the other night, and every one I wanted was out of stock. Still out of stock. Okay, so now we're trying to round some eyeballs in there. Get them placed. And now we're going to do a little shaping with that coarse taper burr on the head of the snail. I may have to revisit. I keep looking. I got the bird spirit guy sitting there on my desk. And I keep looking at him. I'm like, he just needs more for some reason. I don't know. With them bigger feathers for the beard, I think we're going to have to go through there and put the, what do you call it? The quill. Is that what it's called? The quill part in? And then put the little, you know, the little things on the feathers. The little fluty things. Actually, this kind of looks like a snail rabbit. I could have made a snail rabbit. That would have been hilarious. Next time, maybe. Instead of putting eyeballs up there, we'll put ears. And drop the forehead a little bit lower. And give them eyeballs down there. This is actually kind of looking like it should be on that game Mario. Anybody ever play that game Mario? The plumber dude? Speaking of Mario, whatever happened to Mario Tata? Where did you go, Mario Tata? I haven't seen anything. Even on Carving Fusion World of Woodcarvers. Haven't seen nothing out of Mario Tata, and he was really getting into it. Hoping Mario's okay. If anybody's heard anything from Mario, or Mario, if you watch this video, drop me a line. Leave it in a comment, please. Um, Miss your videos. Hope you're okay. Hope your family's okay. Hope all the grandkiddies are okay. Uh, I know what it is, man. The doctor put me on some new medicine, and I was indisposed for like 3 days. I mean, hanging on the porcelain god there. It was terrible. Oh, that new medicine can make you can cause an upset stomach and make you puke. Well, guess what? It did. So then they want to give you another prescription for a medication to stop you from puking. It's like, why don't I just quit taking the one that you gave me that made me do all that? Oh, it was terrible. I felt like I had a bug flu, a stomach flu, but it was no stomach flu. All right, guys, that's going to be it for part 1. What the snail are you doing? And we will catch you on the next one. All right, Spike. All right, evil Rick, rock, brother, rock, just carve. All right, be awesome, carve something awesome. We'll catch you on the next one.